In this session, we are going to answer two very important aspects based on the Constitution of India, which is very much relevant to the state of Manipur. Number one, how is Article 355 different from Article 356, that is President Rule? 2. Why is President Rule not imposed in the state of Manipur? We also have the news headline flooded with the demand to impose President Rule in the state of Manipur. We have the Congress Chief, Opposition Indian Alliance, DCW report, then Mizoram Chief Minister, leading tribal body asking the center to impose President Rule, then indigenous tribal forums. So the question is, when oppositions, their leaders, different groups, forums, organizations, committees, and civil societies demanding the central government to impose President Rule, why is the union government hesitate to impose President Rule? So before coming to answer this question, let us first try to understand what President Rule is all about from the constitutional perspective. We have Article 356, that is the President Rule. Provisions in case of failure of the constitutional machinery in states. So according to Article 356, President Rule can be imposed on any state of India on grounds of the failure of constitutional machinery. This is of two types. The first one is based on Article 356. If the President receives a report from the state governor or otherwise is convinced or satisfied that the state situation is such that the state government cannot carry on the governance according to the provisions of the constitutions. These particular provisions have a very wide scope. It says that if the President receives a report from the state governor or is convinced, circumstances can be any of the following here. So number one is the state legislature is not able to elect a leader as a chief minister for a time prescribed by the state's governor. Then number two, breakdown of coalition in the state government that leads to the CM having minority support in the legislature and CM is unable to prove his majority within the time prescribed by the governor. A no confidence vote in the state legislative assembly leading to a loss of majority. Postponement of elections owing to unavoidable reasons such as natural disaster, epidemic or war. And Article 365. So Article 365, as per these articles, President Rule can be imposed if any state fails to comply with all directions given by the Union on matters it is empowered to. So in a simple words, President Rule is when state government is suspended and the central government directly administers the state through the office of the governor. The answer to the first question lies here. Article 355 mandates the union government to protect the state from external aggression and internal disturbance, and also give assistance to the state to maintain law and order. But on the other hand, Article 356, when the President Rule is imposed, the state government is suspended and the central government is directly administering the states through the office of governor. So that is the difference. And it is also called as the state emergency or the constitutional emergency. Now the next one is the parliamentary approval. So parliamentary approval is necessary for imposition of the President Rule in any state. The proclamation of President Rule should be approved in both the House of the Parliament within 2 months. Means both the House, that is Rajya Sabha, and the Lok Sabha has to approve the imposition of President Rule within 2 months. and the approval is through a simple majority. The president rule is initially for a period of 6 months. Later, it can be extended for a period of 3 years with parliamentary approval every 6 months. And we have the scope of judicial review, means the intervention from the judiciary. Our 38 Amendment Act of 1975 made the satisfaction of the President in invoking Article 356 final and conclusive, which would not be challenged in any court. Because of this 38 Amendment Act of 1975, the scope of judicial review was made limited. That is why the misusing of this president rule has been seen during the time of Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi government used it about 39 times against the various states. That is why after the Indira Gandhi government fall, the 44 Amendment Act of the Constitutions was made by the new government, which brought in some constraint on the imposition of the president rule beyond 1 year. Now the president rule cannot be extended beyond 1 year, and it says that president rule cannot be extended beyond 1 year unless there is national emergency in India. Second one is that the Election Commission of India certifies that it is necessary to continue president's rule in the state because of difficulties in conducting assembly election to the state. Now, revocations of president rule. President rule can be revoked any time after such proclamation has been made by subsequent proclamation by the president. A proclamation of revocation does not require approval by the parliament. Revocation can be done by president at any time when he wishes to. This occur when the leaders of the political party produce letters indicating majority support for him in the assembly and stakes his claim to form the state government. Indian map, the number of president will be imposed, and also we have prime minister terms, the number of president rule being imposed, maximum number during the Indira Gandhi time. And now we have the S.R. Bonmai case. The Supreme Court has put forth some strict guidelines for impositions of Article 356. One is the proclamation is subject to judicial review on grounds of malefied intention. The imposition of articles should be justified by the center. The court has the power to revive, suspended or dissolve state government if the ground for the imposition is found to be invalid and unconstitutional. The state assembly cannot be dissolved before parliamentary approval for imposition of Article 356, and the president can only suspend the assembly. Serious allegations of corruption against the state ministry and financial instability are not ground for the imposition of Article 356. Any actions by the state government that leads to security secularism cannot be the ground for the use of Article 356. Article 356 cannot be used to sort out intra-party issues in the ruling party. If the ministry of the state resigns or dismisses or loses the majority, then governors cannot advise the president to impose this article until enough steps are taken by the governor for the formation of an alternative government. The power under Article 356 is to be used only in case of exigencies. It is an exceptional power. So now coming to our question number 2, why is president rule not imposed in the state of Manipur? If the central government wants, they have the numbers in the parliaments, they can impose it easily. But the question is why they are not imposing the president rule. So what do you think? Should central impose president rule in the state of Manipur? I'll leave it to your wisdom to decide whether it will be proper or not proper to impose president rule in the state of Manipur. But before that, let us see what our Home Minister Amit Shah has said in the parliament regarding the president rule in the state of Manipur. Amit Shah has said that the president rule is imposed when the state government does not cooperate. But the Manipur government did. The chief minister is cooperating. That is why he said president rule is not imposed in the state of Manipur. Now it's your turn to take your stance whether to impose president rule in the state of Manipur or not. You can tell me in the comment section below. Until then, take care. Thank you for watching.